Good morning, Mr. Black. How's jail? The thing is that this is going to continue to happen until you resolve.
All right, pay attention here. The judge is laying down a serious wake-up call. Those out-of-state cases don't just vanish into thin air. Ever thought about how a single old case from another state can stick to you for years? Well, this is the perfect example. So what's your take? Should the court stay this strict about unresolved cases, or should people be given clean
out of state? You have an open case in Tennessee, right?
Georgia.
I know Georgia, but you also got one in Tennessee, and that
Kansas.
Kansas. Both of those cases will haunt you until the day you die, unless you go back and handle those cases. However, it may be all of just hiring a lawyer and reaching out to the courts in Kansas because it's a suspended license case. But it's always going to trail you until you go take care of it. Your lawyer's asking me to set you a bond, and I'm going to, but I have to make it sufficiently high that you realize that we mean business, that you have to go back to Georgia to take care of that case. Do you understand? You also need to understand that I don't play games. If I set you a bond, I'm only going to give you one. I'm not going to do this again. So if you bond out and you fail to go back to Georgia, I will issue a nationwide warrant for your arrest. I'm going to set the bond at 0. And if you don't go back, I set it at 0. I'm going to get you back. And this time I will hold you until Georgia comes and gets you. Do you understand? You have one chance to make this right. So what's the bond amount?
Ask for $500.
Judge Fleischer, we're asking for a high bond or no bond, 5 figures. That's what Day is requesting.
What kind of bond can you make?
Actually going through cancer treatment right now, so that's the reason I really need to get out so I can do my treatment.
I don't know that. How do I know that? How do I know you're not just saying that? Regardless, you have to go back to Georgia. So
I didn't know I had this over my head.
what kind of bond can you make? I'm good at 1,000. If you want 1,000, I'll give it to you. But I'm not going to play this game, Mr. Black. So this is an extremely low bond. If you don't go back, it's really not going to end up well for you, especially if you're undergoing treatment for cancer. Because understand that if you don't go back and take care of that business and I have to issue a warrant for your arrest and we get you back, you're probably going to be sitting months in there waiting for Georgia to come get you. You understand? Okay. I'm set about $1,000.
Thank you, Judge. Did you tell?
Yeah, you have 2 weeks from the date of your release to go turn yourself into Georgia. Don't go on a plane because they're going to arrest you. You got to find another way to get up to Georgia, and you have to go turn yourself in. Do you understand? If you don't do that within the 2 weeks, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
And there it is. The gavel drops. One bad move today could mean the next time you're not looking at a few days, but several years behind bars. Think about that. Running might feel like an escape in the heat of the moment, but in the courtroom, it only makes the situation worse. Did you catch how the judge almost sounds like he's giving fatherly advice?
Okay, Mr. Black, good luck. Good job. I don't know if I like the result, but how old are you? Are you sure you want to do this? Because the problem is that, when you plead guilty, life is hard enough as it is. And when you continue to rack up convictions, all you're doing is you're hosing yourself. It's really hard to get a job. And when you start getting all these convictions, you're just making it so much more difficult, man. I don't remember what he had in Louisiana, but I hope that's resolved. Okay. Just straighten up, fly right. If you're hanging out with bad people, don't. Because they're just going to bring you down. What you're doing now is you're pleading guilty to this offense. It's going to go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. This is an enhanceable offense, meaning that if you ever run from the cops again, you will be charged with a felony offense. You're looking at years instead of days. You understand? So no deferred, anything like that?
Yes, Judge. The only offer is the jail offer.
Okay, so Mr. King, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 22 days in jail with credit for the 22 days that you've done. By pleading guilty to this offense, it's going on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. So you give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So it's final today and forever. You want to do this? How do you plead to the offense, sir? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to sentence you to it. Good luck to you, sir. And I'll roll the court costs. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Eli. How are you? You look great. You know, when you're clean, you know, you look great. You coherent. The unfortunate thing is that we got to keep you here for that to happen. So you said right now in the felony court that there's nothing, right?
No, I mean, I checked last night, they're looking for ribs, meds, warrant, blood.
Looks like they just got a lab report yesterday, so they're still getting evidence as of now.
What was, I don't have that, but, and I think that it's gonna take a while to play out, Shreya. And I'm willing to hold as well, because I'd like to see what's gonna happen, because I'm not giving up on you. You know, I'm gonna see where this plays out, and I'd like you to go into treatment as well. I think that's the appropriate thing that is needed in us. And I don't know what it's gonna take to get your attention, but hopefully we can somehow before something catastrophic happens, where you end up with a very lengthy prison sentence. So, Shreya, let's just track it. So you're set for the 10th of March. We'll set you for the day after, and we'll see what happens.
Judge, we can after it's.
Of course. Absolutely. All right, Mr. Eli, we'll see you soon. Mr. Samuel, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that by doing this today, this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, if you pick up any more cases, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. No more slaps, the proverbial slaps on the wrist. It will go on your record. So if you were pulled over in a car and an officer comes up to you, they smell alcohol, and they see that you have a prior DWI, it's probably not going to go well for you. And if you're not in this country with permission and you do any kind of jail time, get ready, because immigration will probably put a detainer on you. Do you understand?
Yes.
What I'm trying to tell you is that even if you have a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. Is this what you want to do?
This is where the mood in the courtroom shifts. It's not just about punishment anymore. It's about prevention. The judge is basically saying, don't just stay out of trouble, stop putting others in danger. So here's a big question for you. Do warnings like this actually make people change? Or do repeat offenders just ignore it?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. DWI is big business. There is a $3,500 surcharge that normally applies with this type of case that you would be required to pay. We all make mistakes, but the idea is that you don't continue to make decisions that endanger other people. A second DWI is a $6,000 surcharge. If you pick up a second DWI, get ready, because you'll probably get took. Do you understand? I will waive it for you now. But if you don't make any right decisions in the future, get ready. Did you say guilty? I did plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty.
Guilty.
I will send you to the agreement. Good luck to you, sir.
How was the drive-through inspection?
90 days.
Very good. Didn't have my coffee this morning.
Me too, I forgot it in the car. Is the other case, is this still open upstairs as well, or is this?
So we're hoping to get that resolved based on this.
Got it. Do you have an agreement with that, they're going to do?
We have not yet been added to that case. I'm just an associate standing for Mr. Adams, so I'm not sure what communications they've
Does
had.
Mr. Adams represent him upstairs, do you know?
I don't think he's been signed on to that case yet.
All right, Mr. Henderson, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 20 days in jail with credit for the 20 days that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. It's very possible that if you continue with the same course of conduct, they can use this to enhance you. You could be potentially facing a felony offense if you continue with the same course of conduct. You understand?
Sure.
So it would be very, very careful. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. You can never take it off. You understand?
Sure.
Do you still want to do this?
Sure.
How do you plead to the offense, guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. I'm going to roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks. Please see the clerk. Eris Armstrong. Ms. Armstrong, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing, thank you so much, Deanna. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. On February 6, 2025, the officer observed a vehicle on Katy Freeway, failing to maintain a single lane and swerving into adjacent lanes. The officer paced the vehicle at 72 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. And while pacing the officer, the vehicle continued to fail to maintain a single lane and fluctuate between speeds of 68 miles per hour and 74 miles per hour. A traffic stop was then initiated, and the officer made contact with the defendant, observing a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant stated she dropped her phone and that's why she was swerving, and she further stated that she was coming from a bar and admitted to consuming 2 shots of tequila. Standard field sobrieties were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The defendant was read the DIC and considered a breath. The results were 0.145 and 0.156.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am? Can you run the license, see if she has a valid license?
She's eligible, Your Honor.
All right. As long as you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name, you may continue to drive. Just be careful. For now, I'm going to have you get a Victoria, sign a reset. Have you get with Fleischer for bond conditions, and then we'll just have you with. Okay, ma'am? Please. You were Ms. Self. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while your license is suspended. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Just don't say anything at this point. You have the right to remain silent. I don't want you to say something that hurt your case, okay?
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer clocked the defendant traveling 45 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone on Northgate Crossing Boulevard. The traffic stop was then initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant. The defendant handed the officer an expired Texas driver's license found to be not eligible, and the defendant admitted to not having financial responsibility or insurance for the vehicle due to past traffic fines not being paid. The defendant further stated she did not have coverage for the vehicle because she knew the driver's license was expired and that she owed fines.
And I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. So can you run it now? Make
Yes,
sure
Judge.
that it's suspended.
It's not eligible, Your Honor.
Ms. Self, I'm ordering you not to drive. This is a condition of your bond. I don't care what your excuse is. You cannot justify getting into a car. I don't care if there's a medical emergency. If you don't have a license and you don't have insurance in your name, you are not